2022 National Coalition of Law Enforcement and Retail at the Clear Nation Conference down here in beautiful Orlando, Florida. I've got the pleasure of sitting down with Tony Shepard with Think LP. You are the director of what again?
LP Solutions.
LP Solutions, director of LP Solutions with Think LP. Also, founding member of Clear.
Yes.
Have we come a little bit further down the road than we ever have?
We have. I was actually just discussing that last night. You know, the first couple conferences in Reno to now is night and day.
Yeah, pretty crazy, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. What'd you think about the opening session?
Well, I thought it was great. Obviously, I know somebody mentioned it. You know, to see all the officers that passed away, that's obviously sad. I know I went to the candlelight vigil they do every year in DC one year, and that's pretty impactful to see that. Yeah. But no, I thought it went great. The video that was made, I don't even know. I hadn't even seen the video. I'm on the board. I hadn't seen the video until the session. I thought that was pretty impactful as well. So.
Yeah. This year finally had a drum and pipe corps.
Yes.
Come in. That was pretty special.
Yes, it was.
Obviously, and then obviously the presenting of the colors, that was all, things that we have done year over year, and we've carried on that tradition. So yes. It's very exciting to be here once again. It's very exciting that, we've come this far. I mean, we were talking about this with Ben and Rich earlier today, and just, you've watched a child blossom into this event where other people are looking at us like, when did this happen?
Yes.
So talk to me about Think LP. You all have some new offerings, I would say.
Yeah. So we've always had case and audit, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we're known for. Awesome case and audit, and we now have analytics as well. We've had it for a couple years. I think that's something that maybe the industry hasn't. We haven't done the best job of marketing that, but we do have analytics. So that's exception-based reporting, but really any analytics. So any data that you have, basically, you can analyze. It doesn't have to be POS data. It can be any data. And then maybe about 6 months ago or so, we've been developing what we call our complex investigation space, which started out primarily focused on ORC, right? So, and that's one of the reasons I came on board at Think LP, was to help them to build this ORC platform, right? Or ORC case management, because I did that for so many years at other companies, primarily CVS. And what we realized throughout that, and we got feedback from all retail ORC teams, right? Clients, non-clients, et cetera, because, I know most people, right? And I called them up, what do you think, et cetera. Got a lot of feedback. And so as we were developing that, we realized that it also could be applicable to really any major investigation, right? So any non-traditional, sweetheart at the register kind of thing. So certainly great for ORC, right? You can track all your activities, surveillance. It's an actual investigation management tool, meaning that your folks would want to use it. It's helpful. It's not just something you put in afterwards to get the stats. You're using it throughout the investigation. And so we realized, though, that it could be applicable to brand protection, serial robberies, serial burglaries, logistics investigations. So anything that, again, is not your basic run-of-the-mill internal theft case, to where you're collecting a lot of information. It may be a longer situation, right, than your typical internal theft case, and just consolidating it all in one place to be able to deliver it to law enforcement in a nice format that's going to get them to work that case or arrest that person.
Right, and I mean, that's what's important. Yep. That's handing law enforcement a case on a silver platter. Yes. I mean, if you want that case prosecuted, because they're going to deliver to the DA, and the DA is going to look at it and go, what do you want me to do with this? For how many years now, have we built up, the education and knowledge base for people in the retail space to, okay, you can't just call them and say, hey, I've got a shoplifter, and they've stolen $1 million. What?
Yeah. They're going to hang up the phone on you. Or if you present it in person, that's going to go in file C. Right?
It's never going to see the light of day. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll get to that at some point.
Yes.
No. Yes. So, and it's important because, look, this is property crime.
Right.
And we both know a lot of property crime detectives, and we know that caseload.
Yes.
So you know what? The easier the case is to get pushed through the courts and get it delivered for prosecution, the quicker it comes off that pile and gets moving. So that's really important, absolutely. So talk to me about complex investigations at Think LP, and all of what you have been an ORC investigator for a number of years now.
More than I care to admit.
Yeah. You bring to the table, that side of the house, right? So talk to me about how that has influenced ThinkLP to really deliver a great solution.
Yeah, I think that, again, when we were developing it, I looked at what would I have wanted, right? Especially when I was an investigator, right? You're out, you're in the field a lot, right? You can't always have your computer, right? It's got to be mobile, right? You got it, iPad, iPhone, Galaxy, whatever you use, right? So we looked at that. We looked at the fact that, again, we wanted to make it so it's user-friendly and people want to use it, meaning it's helpful. You're not just required to put the stuff in there. And also, from a presentation standpoint, again, to law enforcement, but even internally, right? So we have it now where anything you do on an investigation, you can create a vertical timeline of all that activity. So even from an internal, I mean, you were a senior LP executive, right? You get pressure. Why is this case taking so long, right? What have you done? Oh, well, let me show you what I've done. And it literally will list out, like, every surveillance that's been done. If you did a controlled sale, if you did a trash pull, you met with law enforcement, there was a theft on this day, there was a theft. It literally gives you a timeline of all that activity, right, to show what you've been working on, basically. And then the map we have, it gives you the ability to illustrate everything within that case. So not just the stores that were targeted, but if you've identified fencing locations, suspect addresses, etc., it'll all pre-populate in a map, which you can also pull up, right? And then it'll also pre-populate your other locations. Because as we know, in the retail environment, sometimes reporting is not always the best because they're very busy. So if you pull that up and you see that, Highway 10, right, all these other stores were hit except this one, well, that's odd, right? Did they have really good customer service? Is it harder to get on and off the freeway? Or were they hit and they just didn't report it? And now you can see the timeline and go back and go, oh, sure they are. There they are right there, right? Now you can aggregate that, which again, as you know, the more you can aggregate, right, the easier it is to get law enforcement
Show me some sort of proof that they were there. Show me what they were doing, etc. So, that's vitally important to any good, investigation to deliver that type of content. So, again, it makes it life easy for law enforcement and the prosecutors. So, that's really important. So, Tony, really great seeing you once again.
Likewise.
Unfortunately,
I hope my audio worked last year. Last year, my audio didn't work. So,
well, you're live now, and your audio works. So make sure that you like this content.
I will.
Hashtag it with Clear Nation for me.
Awesome.
All right.
Will do.
And we'll push you out there and promote ThinkLP and put you guys on the map. We'll put you guys on the map.
Excellent. All right. So, thanks, John. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Tony. I appreciate you joining me. So, hey, everyone. It's JC from 2022 Clear National Conference down here in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Thanks for joining us. Again, stay tuned. Like us. Post some positive comments for us. Hashtag Clear Nation, and we'll be seeing you soon. So come back by and take a peek at what we're doing. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.